Welcome back to another battle video, playing a guy with really awesome sleeves. I think you can redeem the coins that you get for playing for various sleeves. I'm not completely sure. I usually save all my coins for the little booster packs, so I don't have to redeem my own codes, and can just sell them instead. But I don't know. Some of these sleeves are pretty awesome. Might be worth looking into to getting some. Anyways, on to the battle. I am playing a variety of decks, just saying what I kind of feel like for the LCQ. Right now I'm playing with a deck that I'm not a huge fan of. This is Flygon. It looks like I'm playing against a Charizard deck. Flygon is, okay, so this is better. I don't know how to describe it. Flygon is not the easiest deck to play, and I'm curious to see how many misplays I play in here that I can catch. I do get a really nice starting hand. I'm able to get an energy attachment, which really doesn't matter. Okay, good, he hit tails. And I was able to get the beach out turn 1, even though my Colress was pretty pathetic. Now, I wish this part of my hand was a little bit better. I would have loved to see a way to get Candy Flygon out. And there was a little bit of confusion in my last Flygon video as to how the deck works. Flygon has to be in the active position in order to do the damage in between turns. And that's pretty much the best way this deck runs. Is, ideally you're going to be able to get streams of Excelgor to just lock your opponent, paralyze them. Hopefully they don't have a switch to get out of it. And instead of putting up Trevenant, which blocks items so they can't switch out of it, this deck runs Flygon. What Flygon does is puts 10 damage on each of your opponent's Pokemon in between turns. This doesn't really seem like a lot, but it can add up really quick. And basically the goal is that with Dusknoir, you can move the damage around to, essentially you could take all 6 prizes in one turn. But ideally you want to lock them in, move the damage off the active to keep them locked up, and just be taking out basic Pokemon, or not basic, but bench Pokemon. So I go ahead and I get the Excelgor out. Unfortunately, I don't get Flygon out off of that Juniper. So I end up promoting my Mewtwo, knowing that if he has like a double switch and like a DCE, I'm screwed. But we're going to take a chance and hope that he doesn't have anything. Oh, I don't like that either. I don't like that he's trying to catch up my little Trapinch. And this is his 3rd catcher. Let's see if we hit the triple tails, and he hits the triple tails. So I feel a little bad for him, but at the same time, I'm not getting a great start, so definitely needed that little bit of luck. Looks like he Ultra Balled away a Pyroar. A smart play. Pyroar really isn't needed in this matchup because the Pokemon that are usually going to be attacking you, despite having my Mewtwo active right now, would be Excelgor. Mewtwo is just kind of I don't know, it's more of a tech for like last minute damage. And it just already works with DCE, so you don't have to throw in any, Landorus might be a better choice, but you'd have to throw in the fighting energy, which knocks it down. He's taking a little while on his turn right here, so I'm guessing he doesn't have the switch. Okay, he does have the switch. And he's gonna promote a Litleo, which is too bad, because DCE in my hand off of that, wait, when did I have the DC? Oh, yeah, I don't remember pulling the DCE. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and use the Megaphone to get those tools off, and we're going to attach the DCE to Mewtwo. There's nothing I can do with the rest of that hand. I don't have a way to shuffle it back in, so we're just going to have to Juniper and hope I don't run out of resources too early. Well, here's an interesting one. I need a level ball for the Duskull. I decided to go with Shelmet. So I guess I figure he's already burned 1 switch. He probably only runs 2, maybe 3. This is interesting. So I check my discard, and was there a rare candy in there? Because ideally, if there was a rare candy, I would Dowsing Machine away a couple of, it looks like I'd choose Juniper and the Floatstone 4, yep, there was a rare candy in there. So we're going to go ahead and use it, get the Flygon out, and I think I just retreat and beach. So now that Flygon is in the active position, he's going to be starting to spread that damage. I don't have a lock out right now, but with that bigger hand, I'll definitely be benching a couple of basics next turn, and hopefully that end will give me something really nice. So, this deck runs max potions in order to keep your Flygons alive. So ideally, you really have to one-shot. Now, he can one-shot me with that Drudagon, but not until I really take a prize. I don't know what its second attack is off the top of my head, and I'm wondering if at some point I get curious to see if he just powers up a Drudagon to one-shot Flygons. But again, he still has to get through the paralysis lock, assuming I ever get up a paralysis lock. So he's computer searching away a couple of cards. It looks like he's going for another switch, which I can't say I agree with. I think I would have waited for the paralysis before using another switch, because now... oh, okay, so this is why. So he's just going to take the Shelmet out. So, that's okay. I'm really still not in a unfavorable position because there's quite a bit of damage on the field, and this is great. We're going to go ahead and bench a bunch of basics, and then we're just going to end. Unfortunately, I didn't hit really anything. But I can go ahead and get some of these cards out of my hand for next turn. So, checking his discard pile, not quite sure what I was really looking for. Looks like I'm going to attach the DCE, and I just decided to beach. So, I'm afraid to put down that second float stone because what if I think I already have one in the discard pile. And I definitely want to save that because eventually he's going to megaphone me. And I don't want to be in a position where I've got a Pokemon I don't want active. Big thing this deck has to worry about too is using up all the float stones and then just capturing or Lysandering up Dusknoir and stalling you to deck out or something like that. Because this deck, I'm trying to remember how fast this deck typically runs through resources. So he ends up hitting me for 60 with his Mewtwo. They're really not doing too much on his bench. He's got another DCE attached to another Mewtwo. Just in case I try and start a Mewtwo War, he can easily finish it off. So I don't want to really goad him into a Mewtwo War. So I'm going to go ahead and use that Level Ball to get Excelgor out. Do I Skyla for a candy? Nope, I just decided to get a fresh hand, bring his hand down a little bit more, and perfect. So, definitely going to go for the candy Dusknoir. Because I've already got one Flygon active. Now, I would have loved to hit a max potion. I already have 2 in the discard, though, I think, that I just junked early. I don't really have a choice. And I think I only run 3. So it looks like right now, okay, it looks like I'm gonna take out this Mewtwo here. Trying to decide if I like that decision of mine. Do I have enough to knock out the Drudagon too, or am I just gonna kind of assume it's gonna die? This is the bad part about PTCGO is that the system to move damage around with Dusknoir is so slow. This is one thing that Play TCG definitely has over this one, is that, it's just a drag and drop system, so the moving damage around really isn't that difficult. Very time consuming on here. So I'm really happy I made that decision now. So since I took the extra 2 prizes with Mewtwo, I'm able to get another Flygon into play. So I'm feeling really good. In fact, I think I might even Yeah, the only thing I don't really have is a lock for when that Excelgors goes down because I did bench the extra Trapinch. So what I really should have done is I should have held on to that Trapinch, and then I could have Ultra Balled it or the Dusknoir, Ultra Balled something away for another Shelmet to try and maintain the lock. But it looks like I've already got quite a bit of damage on the field, so I may not even be too worried about it. Do I have enough to actually take it out this turn? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I think that will just knock it out. So this is a really long but a huge turn right now. Yeah, essentially, and I just realized that this video is a lot longer than I thought it was. I should have rendered it down, sped it up a bit. At least sped up these parts when you're moving around the damage. Anyways, but it looks like I'm going to be able to get a double Mewtwo knockout this go-round. Because Deck and Cover is going to do 50, 60 with Poison, and that still leaves 20 extra damage on the field. Oh, no, never mind. It's going to leave 10 extra damage on the field, so it looks like I'm just 120... No, and then I realized that I don't need that extra 10, and I'm going to move it on to, looks like just a Pyroar, just in case he runs Max Potion. I don't want him taken out, spread the damage out just in case. So we're going to Deck and Cover for 50, and then he's going to die from Poison in between turns. I'm going to promote that Flygon, or does he die from the damage? I think he dies... I should know this, what the order is. Yeah, so it looks like the poison damage comes first, and then Flygon's ability takes into effect. So that was a really awesome turn, taking 4 prizes at once, and most importantly, leaves his field energyless. Now, if he has the, I think Judagon's Revenge attack takes like a DCE, so if he has a DCE and like a Switch or a Float Zone or something right here, that'll be really clutch for him. So he'll at least be able to take out this Flygon, and I don't have another Flygon with a Float Stone on it. Now, I'm also saying that he's Pal Padding in that Lysander. So, and he just threw out one too. So he actually runs multiple Lysanders, which is kind of interesting. He's using Professor's Letter to get a couple of energy, tossing out one of those with Fiery Torch to be able to draw a bit more. And I don't think he's used a Blacksmith yet, which is what I really thought was coming this turn was, Blacksmith energy attachment. He can at least, take the knockout on this Flygon, but it looks like he didn't have it, so he has to just attach and pass. Yeah, that sucks for him. So... let's see, is there any way for me to be able to take the game in this turn? I can, let's see, there's 50, 60, 70, there's 100 on the field right now. Yeah, I've got this. Now, question is do I see this? What I should be doing is, oh, no, that wouldn't do it. That's only 2, 4, yeah, that only put him at 140. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Looks like right now I'm just taking out the active. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. So I'm moving all the damage up to the active, and then in between turns it'll put another 10 on him, which will be just enough to knock him out. And so it looks like, again, I'm just going for anything that has energy on it so he can attack me. And then that brings me down to only 1 prize card, and I'm sitting pretty nice. I'm going to go ahead and get some cards out of my hand just in case I'm end. I'm going to go ahead and get that Shelmet, attach the DCE to it, so that way, ideally, I do have the lock next turn. And we're going to Skyla for Evo Soda. And, then I think we're just going to beach. So, yeah, I pretty much just set myself up to make sure I have a paralysis attack next turn. I have a Deck and Cover, which will be another 50 plus 60 for poison. And unless he can catcher up that Shelmet and knock it out, I think I have the game. So there's a switch to the Mewtwo. DCE to the Mewtwo and Lysander up. Yep, there we go. So he is still in this game. He's going to bring up that Shelmet, knock it out for 80. He still has 3 prizes to go, so he's got a really long way, but, oh, do I have it just with a DCE? That's 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, that does it too. I'm doing 80 to him times 2 for weakness, which is 160, and we're just going to use Dusknoir to move the damage up. And he doesn't wait for me to do it, he concedes. But this is already a pretty long battle video, so don't fault him at all. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Flygon in action. It did top 8, at least top 8, at Nationals this year. Very good deck. Yeah, if it can live for the first few turns, this deck is a really great play, and I expect to see probably a fair amount of them at Worlds. So stay tuned for more.